I just want you to talk me through this a little bit. I thought you guys did an unbelievable job with this naked zone. I mean, I don't know if any of these are reads or not, or if it's just off of your zone read, but you guys did an unbelievable job with this naked game that you had. You had a great feel for it. You did it in different ways. Just talk me through this a little bit.
It just starts with the run game. With Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson of really getting like 3 or 4 yards of carry. And then if you include my zone read ability of keeping the ball, it brings up the linebackers and it studied them. And so I don't know if I'm keeping it, if it's a play action, if it's a zone read. So
plus you're big with these 2 tight ends.
Right, exactly.
Akins and Phelps.
Yeah, and they can really sell if they're blocking and then slip by, like in this situation. Once I see that he out-leveraged, just give it to him.
Just give it to him every time.
Give it to him early.
Watson fakes the give, throws it to Akins. He's got the first down.
It looks like a play action, but really it's a zone. I can hand it off.
I have a question here, Deshaun. So there's a run option on here. The linemen don't know what you're doing.
No, they
They're
don't.
just blocking their play. But what is the coaching point to the line?
Biggest thing
So
is
that they don't get caught.
taking care of the down lineman.
Okay.
Take care of the double teams if you got it.
Don't get to that second level.
Don't chase the linebackers. Let the linebackers come to you.
Okay.
And letting Carlos and Duke react if they get the ball off the linebackers. And by that time, we'll get 2 or 3 yards, running behind Duke and Carlos, which we're fine with. That's staying ahead of the chains.
What are your options here? Obviously, you have that, and you're great at just dumping that, and that's every naked.
Right.
What are these other things that are going on, and what and why, I guess?
It's really a run play. And so I'm reading the ends. Really,
this is a run play.
Yeah, it is. So I have an option of reading the end. We get a squeeze scrape by the linebacker in the D end. I think it's 57. He kind of gets honed in inside. They're relying on this front side, 48, to run with the tight end.
Right.
And that's no chance.
Yeah.
And once I see the tight end I leverage, I can doubt him.
But is this an RPO then?
You can basically say it's an RPO for sure. Yeah.
But off an option game.
Right.
So is it a 3-way option then? You can
basically,
keep it,
I can keep it, throw it, or the running back can get it.
So you have run calls where your big tight end's going to come across and kick that end guy out.
Right.
And then you have other run calls that are the RPOs where he's going to come across and he's going to go to the flat every time. So if you pull it, and that to me is the beauty of it. So that's why when I put this on here, I'm like, I don't know if he's got a run read or not. I don't know if it's just a naked and it just looks like the run read. But so you've got all 3. You've got some that are just called runs, some that are called nakeds, and then some that are run reads with the naked principles off of it.
I feel like they almost can't be right.
You can't.
Right. So here's another version that you guys have. Full house backfield with a little wheel to the outside.
Yeah.
So are your options similar to a normal naked where naked, take the flat, right? Take the flat if it's there all the time. If you have a little time, now you peek that wheel if there's an opportunity.
Yeah, I can peek the wheel.
Basically, all you're going to do is overload the defense here with both guys coming out. And so the first guy is going to draw the coverage, and the second guy is going to go uncovered.
I can see this package growing, though, just the way the Ravens package grew.
Ravens, I mean, a lot of people.
And again, you just keep
this should
adding
have been
levels.
touchdown.
Yeah, no, you keep adding levels to it because now you got the wheel. Slows up on you, right? Like, go.
And the crazy thing is, because this is Stevie Mitchell, this one was his first game being active. And all week, of course, you know, guys that aren't active usually, it kind of the feel of the game is different.
Right.
And usually,
there's probably a guy sitting outside
all week. It was supposed to be Kenny
week.
Stills. Yeah, it's supposed to be Kenny Stills, but the previous play, Kenny had pulled something, and so they threw Stevie in. And so then we called this
You're just
play,
like,
and it's
come
like,
on, really that play?
It might have been a touch.
Oh my gosh,
6.
yeah, no.
One of them was supposed to be running with the outside guy.
Right, yeah.
And he gets so confused because of the motioning and.
You see all these teams running these jet sweep, right? And that's what's the beauty of this is like, you're playing right to that. And as soon as that jet sweep guy gets past the quarterback, oh, he doesn't have the ball.
Right.
Let me figure out what's going on. Now you guys are going to sneak down the sideline.
Fortunate is right. This is a busted coverage.
He just keeps running. He runs through the football, and he's in the end zone.
All right, so teach us something. Why don't you take us through a play? First, just just write the play call, because I think that's always fascinating, because there's so many different ways to call things. Write it up there. Tell us what it all means, and then
should we do it on the field, red zone? It don't matter.
It don't matter. Anywhere, anything you want. Favorite play.
Let's go. All right. Gun. We're doing red zone. Fork right.
Everybody likes the red zone.
Yeah, 72.
Throwing touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
Bit mat. Smash. And this was one that we scored on against KC.
Reset. Deshaun to throw over the middle. Got a man. Fells. Touchdown, Houston.
So gun, obviously you're in the gun.
Right.
Fork right's your formation.
Yep.
72 would be your protection. Okay. And then are you calling two sides? Big Mac smash?
Big Mac smash. So Big Mac is the strong side, smash is the back side.
Okay.
72. Big Mac smash. Go on.
But I'm just going to, draw it up. Fells here. F. Got the Z. And then you got the X. So you got the smash concept here. Smash here. 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 And then free release to the flat.
Okay.
Okay.
So 72, I'm just guessing, based on what you do here.
5-man protection.
That's just a 5-man protection,
Yes, sir.
right? So just talk me through what's your read. What takes you over here to the smash, and then what takes you?
So we got it, and how we do it and how we read it is basically check it, work it. So if you got a 2-over-2, man look, or even if it's zone match, you can work this side if you're comfortable with the side. So pre-snap, I'm checking it. If I like it, I'm gonna work it. If not, just cross it out and just work it here. And so I'm basically working an inside out. So I'm starting, 1 to 2 to 3. And that's like the basic just of, how to read the play. But I can, depending on what coverage they're doing and how, I kind of take my drop, I kind of see all of it happening at once.
On 2nd and goal, Watson puts the leg down. Here's the snap. Deshaun to throw over the middle. Got a man. Fells. Touchdown, Houston.
So I'm reading this inside hook defender. We knew this flat guy should be taken out by the age. Corner is basically no factor. Safety sitting here. And we knew that the backers were gonna flare. So if I ever feel the backers just kind of flaring, I'm just gonna dot them.
The Chiefs decide to go zone everything up. Fells just got himself in the end zone, turned around, showed the 8 and the 7 to Deshaun Watson, and boy, was he quick with the read and quick with the delivery.
So let's just say we're in a situation where you got backer, backer.
Correct.
Do you always read it inside out? Would you ever, because what would be hard is reading it here and then making sure you hit that on time.
Right.
Do you ever switch your read where you go, just like you said, here, he runs, and then ever go here, back inside? Sometimes inside out, sometimes outside in?
Right, so it just depends on if it's a too high shell. If it's a too high shell, then this play is kind of, it's kind of shaky.
Probably.
If it's too high in the red zone, just check a run play.
Right.
If that backer is sitting here, safety sitting here, it's basically 4 down. Just gash them and try to squeeze it in.
Talk to me about this over here. So you got the smash. I just noticed this little detail right here.
Detail. So
what does that mean?
So really you got a hitch, basically smash, hit concept. If the corner is soft. But if you get the match principle, you hitch up, delay, and then you come inside, because by that time, if it's matched, he's running with it, you clear it, I can dot you in the goal line.
Yeah, so it gives you a chance to read high.
Correct.
And then come back to this as your recovery, whereas if you just stayed locked there,
exactly, you get that part. Even when if like a too high shell or anytime it's on, the corner goes and I don't throw it and nobody's sitting here, you can kind of trickle in away from everything else.
Gotcha.
I did a red zone play because I feel like, especially for young quarterbacks, that's one area where it speeds up.
So
Everything's
fast.
smaller, and
Right.
there's so much stuff you can do that you can try to influence the defense to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, and you talk about safeties too, that becomes so vital, because what's normally a too high safety out in the field where they're 15, 20 yards back, now all of a sudden they're at 8 or 9 yards, and so you got to see it and you got to bang it, and you got to get it on.
You can do so much in the field, using, but once you get in that red zone, it's like, it's a chess match.
So this is a play that I see you guys run a lot.
Hopkins slot left. Watson in the gun. Quick throw over the middle. He's got Nuke this time.
I feel like this is like a choice route by D-Hop. And
It
there's
is.
like a bunch of different ways that you can run it. So tell me what you're seeing here and how you know, because like this happens fast.
Quick.
I mean, you got to be ready for this fast. Is there something that tells you right now, oh, I know he's going to do the one-step quick slant?
Yeah, so he has, a couple of options on what he can do. He can, of course, the quick slant. He can run a, an out route. He can run a hitch depending on his zone coverage. And so in this situation, we want to empty him out. And so it kind of spreads him out a little bit. And I'm seeing this inside backer that's walked down on the edge. And so I'm going to start with D-hop. If the corner or the DB jumps outside, of course he's going to break inside. So I kind of just drop back and kind of react on his movement. I feel like the only way they can really stop that if the DB jumps out and the linebacker pops out inside. So if I see that, then I'm off of it. So it's basically like if I like it, and then once I do, see what the defense do. If I don't, then I can kind of get in my drop and then read out the concept.
How vital is the linebacker that is on the right hash here?
Right.
I mean, is that a key right off the bat? Like if I'm going to go to Hop and knowing that I got a possibility of hitting him inside, you got to peek that bat first?
I do. He's maybe 5 yards on this hash, so I know for a fact he's not going to be a factor with Hop. We got 2 guys here.
Right.
So with that, I kind of just exit out, okay, peek him when I drop back, make sure he's not going left, but he should be out of here by now.
I know, like you said, there's times where I know he's making the route a little bit shorter than, because he feels something or maybe carries it a little bit low. How hard is that for you on a QB to go, man, this could come out? Because, I mean, tying in your drop, you're tying in your timing, you have to get to my next read. How tough is that?
So I kind of already know, like, once I see it pre-snap, it's going to be a little quicker. I think on this one, if you want to play it, I peek, jack, make sure, and then I just kind of give him a ball he's going to catch.
I mean, it's almost like stealing if you can't. I mean, if it can't be covered, let's go.
Watson throws underneath, hits Nuke, winds inside, cuts outside.
So it's another look here. So getting the same sort of thing. So now, what's changed here?
He's going to try to win inside, but if the linebacker doesn't react, then he should be breaking out. This right here, it kind of simplifies that he's probably not going inside unless that linebacker attacks him hard enough.
So your eyes on this read, are your eyes on the backer? Do you see corner?
I'm kind of reading the backer to the corner, but if he breaks out, if he turns out this way, I'm expecting him to go out.
When he breaks out, he's got to see the corner.
Yeah, he's got to see
as well
it.
And kind of settle in there.
Kind of settle down. If you break out, you're knowing that there's a risk of you getting hit by a corner.
How patient does it force you to be, Deshaun?
I have to be really, really patient. I have to trust my O-line too, that they're making sure their protection is whole, because it's not a long distance route, so I can't take a full drop.
So kind of the same idea, right? This is a different version of that.
Right.
Deshaun gets the snap, throws over the middle, hits DeAndre. First down, Texans.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite concepts, especially with Will and Hop up top.
So this look right here, you got 2-on-2 to the backside.
Correct.
Right? Got a safety possibly sitting in the hole where you know you've got an in route there.
Correct.
Anything that takes you off that side?
With this concept, he has a two-way go. He's reading it off the safety in the corner. So you see that's why he's not really full speed. Because he's trying to make sure that safety is getting back and seeing if this corner really attached to Will. So Will is doing a good job of making it, seeing it like cover 2 and sitting on the numbers. So that corner is sitting there, and that Will backer, he has no idea where Hop is. This Mike guy is already out of it. So if the corner attached and the safety sits inside, Hop can break out. And then I basically hollow the corner, and the corner have to make a decision. If he sinks, I can just dot Will. If he attach, then I just pop Hop over.
I guess my only question with that is, how do you know who to read off the bat? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how do you know, how do you determine here whether Hop's going corner or he's going in? Because obviously if he goes corner, you got to read corner.
Correct.
If he goes inside, you got to read outside backer.
Right. It's just kind of experience and reps throughout the week of knowing and talking exactly, hey, I was saying, these are the 2 things they're going to do. You know, we knew the Falcons were going to be, they're going to play, and they're going to have a check. And every team is different. And so we knew, like, let's get it empty, let's do something simple, hey, dot it here, and see what they check to. So now, okay, I got their check. This is exactly what they're going to do. We get to the sideline, hey, this is what they're doing. So I'm expecting you to break in. If you break out, you might not get the ball.
So all based on the depth of the safety. As soon as he gets depth, you just stay inside and I'll read inside.
Usually if he gets depth, most likely he's coming inside.
What changes in your offense when Will's in it, Will's not in it?
Nothing really towards us, but it's really the way the defense plays us. The respect of the deep threat.
Deshaun with all day, looking, firing downfield to the end zone. Caught, rock and roll, Will Fuller. Big play to Will Fuller.
Boy, is he a sight for sore eyes.
Fuller's day, unreal. 14 catches, 217 yards, and 3 touchdown receptions. I think the offense feels a whole lot better today.
If he's on that field, they're going to respect that. Hey, they might take a shot, you know,
Anytime.
and yeah, anytime. So safeties, don't be as aggressive in the run game.
Fuller and QT stacked left. Handoff. And here's Hyde straight ahead, 40, 35, 30, 25, and down at the 20-yard line.
But once he's not, they're in that box.
Here's a handoff to Carlos. Just a couple of yards on the play.
What are your eyes on here?
Watson down the middle of the field. Perfect pass.
We got leverage with your speed guy
Correct.
outside the hash, and you got all that room to throw the big shot here. What takes you from that to the over here?
Will didn't come out as like, I guess, fluent as I wanted him. But I didn't like that, and so I seen Hop coming right by Tyron, and I knew if I can just get it to him, he can brace himself and, you know, make the catch.
What a catch by DeAndre in traffic.
Those little things, you know, again, that's what continually impresses me about every film session we've done is what guys see.
Right.
You know, the ability to see so much in a short period of time where you go, oh, that looks open to me. Well,
it's really not.
It was a little close, and that guy broke before Will did, so I'd come off of it. But that kind of stuff, and then being able to react. All right, take me through this here. I don't know if you guys call it over with the post or you calling this post concept, but
Yeah.
talk me
So
through
you got
this.
a beeline or cross, and then the outside has a, you know, basically a post.
Deshaun gets the snap. Looking. And he airs it out deep down the left side. Wants Kenny Stills. It's too far for him. Incomplete.
Playing cover one here, right?
I'm reading the safety. So really, Kenny and Hop have to find each other and kind of basically rub each other to try to get a, you know, separation, which they did a good job on, you know, Hop. This is basically kind of like the same look we had early in the year, Thursday night against the Colts. It's where I hit Will, where he had the beeline, and I dumped it over.
Watson fakes the give, mini boot, looking, and he's gonna air it out deep. Watson looking downfield. Will Fuller, what a difference 15 makes.
So once I see the safety leaning on this hash, I know Kenny is one-on-one, and he's going to the beeline.
That time was just a little bit long for Kenny Stills.
I think in this situation, Kenny was a little short on his angle. I think he was running towards basically the sideline instead of the pylon. And I threw it towards the pylon, and it just kind of went over his shoulder a little bit.
So what's on the beeline? You know,
Right.
always curious. What's the teaching point on the
Speed.
beeline? But he's not trying to influence because you guys got double
Right,
post.
so Hop is the one that's finding the beeline. Kenny, you full speed from pylon. You go Hop, you have to work your way and get to him before he gets to that hash.
Gotcha.
And then you cross. So, of course, I could have hit Hop, but
You come back to this.
right.
Come back to this play.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it right here.
Fakes the give. Watson stepping up. Watson throwing right side, hits Nuke.
So you guys ran this a little bit later in the game.
Right.
So just tell me, just curious here, what takes you to Hop this time as opposed to throwing?
The Kenny. When I see Kenny get jammed,
Okay.
I just kind of came off, and I knew that earlier when I missed Kenny, I missed Hop wide open too.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we get the same play call. You know, it was peaking the safety. 21 was going back that way, so I was like, okay, Kenny, it's probably not gonna be open with that safety running with him. Then once I see him get jammed, I just seen Hop coming, you know, at the same time, and I just kind of put it on him.
Just took the play.
Yeah.
Your comment there was, I noticed that Hop was open on the last one where you missed Will.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like, talk us through that.
You know, you have the pictures that you're seeing, and I'm looking, and you're probably the same way where you make a throw, you miss it, and you kind of look back, and it's like, he was actually open.
That's what I wanted.
You know, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to put that in the memory bank. Whenever we do call this, you know, a different way, I know I'm going to peek this too.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to be hung on, you know, looking at this and trying to make the big play. I'm just going to take this, you know, over.
Love
it.
Do you like to double up plays like that then?
I do. I like to come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because especially if one guy's open, if you come back to it but dress it up differently. Like Hop knew he was gonna get the ball. You can tell the way his route. He knew once he heard this play cat, I was open last time, so I probably can be open this time too.
Now, I love what you say that because I always talk to my son when I'm coaching him, and he'll make a throw over there, and I'm like, "Did you look over there?" Like, you know, afterwards.
Afterwards,
like,
yeah.
I know you made that throw, and it's great. You don't have to see him catch
Regardless,
it. Look
yeah.
over there and
Look
see
and
what the
see what they're
defense
doing.
did.
Yeah, how they
so
react.
if we come back to it, you know how they played that out
Right,
and
in
what
case
might
they
be
do
open.
cover that.
Exactly.
I
So
know
I love
exactly what
that
I'm-
you say
yeah.
that. Like, yeah, I know I'm going to complete that, but let me just check and see because we may come back to that.
Right.
I love that stuff because it is. That's the biggest part is the ability to make adjustments along the way. Can you do it? Can you not do it? Whether it's coaching, seeing it, and then the second part is can you execute that
Exactly.